Good morning, all. So, today's session is about how to add the table row. Okay, earlier we have learned is how to validate the form content. In the form content, as you can see in a code, we validate the empty if the details are not filled, means there is no content in a field, then we'll give the error message. How we give the error message? If the contents are filled, then we remove the particular span which is we have added for the error message. Okay, after that, again for email we created another method, validate email. Through this validate email, we validate it using the regular expression. In earlier session I have explained how this regular expression work and how we validate the email. After that, we set the valid. We take one variable valid true, and initially we declare it as a true if the condition is a blank, or if the the result here means if the it is a blank or validate email is invalid email, then it enter the inside and it will set the variable valid as a false. Okay, means anything which is false, then it will return the valid, this valid variable, it's set as a false and it will return the false. Okay, means every time we are not going to set return. Okay, at the same time we are displaying the result on the page. If we set return here, then again we need to call the function. We fill the details, my name, again then we say return to, again I need to call, again means what here we are doing, validate if anything which set the false, anything which will set the false to this valid variable, it will return, means it will return the false there. Okay, and it will not allow to submit the form. Okay, so in earlier section we saw that the form having submit option and all, so I have removed all those things here. Okay, and now what I did here, I did change input type button value on submit and on click validate. Now here what we are going to do, on click validate, what we are going to do, I need to add the uh, row in a table. Okay, I'll go in the screen, I just run and I'll show you. Here is the screen. When I fill here, some details are here. If I put the wrong email ID here, it gives me the enter valid email address. Okay, and if I put the valid email ID, okay, and submit, there is no error message. Okay, so like this way we are going to work out. And now if all the contents are correct, when I click on submit button here, then it should display the table below here. In that table I can see the content, those valid contents will be added in a table. So in this session we basically concentrate how we can add. First thing I would like to tell you is, while doing any kind of coding, please take uh, okay, here I'm going to add the content here. As of now I have validated name field and email field. It's your responsibility to validate zip code. Okay, and also validate the country. This country needs to be selected. Okay, required field. Okay, and once I submit, then row will get added here. Submit new row will added here. Okay, like this way you need to implement. So let's see how we can implement this functionality. Okay, I will move in the code now. Okay, so moving to the code now. Here we have validated here. Now what I want to say, when I click submit button, when I click on submit button, it will add the table row here. Okay, so for that purpose I need to set one table here. So what I do, I will add one table here. Okay, I'll go here and this is my form. Below the form I will say table, and in this table I'll say table ID is equal to, say, uh, reg details, means registration details. Okay, reg registration tbl details. Okay, so now I have added table with id. Now I'll set one tr here. Okay, uh, with the table head. Okay, table head. Now there are two table heads are there. One is name and other table head is the email. So as of now I'm taking only two rows, but you need to add multiple rows. Okay, so I have added plain table with the table head. So I save these and check the output window. Here say name and email are you can see we are not will not concentrate on css as of now. Once our submit logic will be implemented, then we'll go and check how we apply the css on a table. So now moving towards the code again. Now I'll go to the code here. Okay, so in this code, now in this code what I'm doing, uh, in this code, here my validation function will execute and it comes here. Okay, now what I'm doing, I will put my entire code, entire script. This script is inline now, means on page only. Okay, on page, this entire script is on page. Okay, so if you want to add this script in a separate tab, you can add. So actually, mm, what I do, I'll copy this content. Okay, script content, and say Control X, and I will add it in external JavaScript. Okay, I will add it in external JavaScript and pass the reference of that JavaScript file here. Okay, now I'll go here and paste it here. Say Control Save, and here, mm, I will say I'll create here JavaScript folder is already there, and I will name it as, I select it as JS JavaScript here JavaScript, and I rename the file name as custom JS. Okay, I have given the name as custom JS. Okay, now I save this file custom JS. This is a new file I have saved here, given the name custom JS. Now I'll go here and give the reference of my file, script type. uh, See here, even though you do not give the name, no problem. We do not declare the uh, type, no problem. We take it as a JavaScript. Here our JavaScript folder is there, and my custom JS is there. There are two JS. Earlier there is another JS. Ignore that JS. I take my custom JS. I just click, I redirect to that JS file. Okay, so I pass here and I have written my JS in a separate page here. Okay, now I'll go on a page and check that whether it's working or not. I just check, yeah, error message is there, means my JavaScript is working fine. Okay, so now the thing is that now we have added the table. Now we are going to write the logic through which we are going to insert the rows in a table. Always keep in mind that always take a see. The strategy is that you think that I will write, you need to take a reference of a Google. Always keep in mind that Mr. Smart Developer always take a reference from a Google. Okay, so whenever you want to do, you just go here. See, you are the human being. You cannot remember all the functions. Okay, you cannot remember all the functions. For each function we need to check on a Google. Okay, that thing you need to keep in mind. Okay, because we are the human being, we are not a computer to remember all the functions and all. Our task is to understand the function, meaning of the function, and utilize it in our code. Okay, now the thing is that, as I can see here, I'm getting here my form is here. This registration form, I need to display it, align it a center. So what I do, I will add some here. This is a tr. Is a, oh sorry, there's something. Sorry guys, keyboard issue is there. Okay, no problem. here registration form, this tr. Okay, in a form there is a table and there is a tr. So what I do, I will say I will add the css here, style, then text align and center. Okay, text align and center css I have added. Now if you don't know what kind of css will require, go and google, don't hesitate. Okay, you just say align, align text in center. Okay, css. Okay, you will get number of resources. You will get a number of solutions for it. Okay, that some network is there. Okay, don't worry guys. Okay, you will get the number of solutions. Just to check any solutions through which you will get how to align. See text, align, justify, and there are number of solutions you will get, and you just apply that. Okay, so just think, I want to tell you that always take a reference from a google. Okay, so here now we align it at a center and check the code, and it's aligned at a center. Now what logic we need to do, once I click submit here, then new row, this is the table, this is the table. I press F12, I show you, this is the table. Okay, this is a table register reg tpl details. We have given id, registration, table details. So name and email are the table head here. Okay, so there is a no css, that why it's not having border here. Okay, we'll apply it afterwards. First we define our logic behind it. Now I'll go here and I write one more function here. Say I go here and write the function add table row. Okay, okay, I'm going to write the function here table row. Okay, now here add table row function, I'm going to write the table row function. This function will get called, but once this form validations are all validations are correct, then only it will get added here. So how I will add it, I'll go here. See, this is the email validation, earlier we discussed on it, and now here return valid is there. So what I'm doing, so after completion of all validation on my fields, what I'm doing, return valid is there. Okay, so so what I'm doing, I write here condition if valid equal to true. Okay, then sorry, then call validate. Sorry, then call add table row function here. Okay, called table row function here. Now what happened, once all validations are true here, okay, means valid is one variable we have taken, as I have explained earlier. If all the validations are, means all the validations are correct, means it will not enter here or enter here, it directly return true, then only we call this as a row. This we call this function add table. So just to check that, just give alert and check that. Okay, alert and say here uh, I am in add row. Okay, sorry, I'm in add row. Oh, okay, so alert, I'm in add row. So I go here, always while writing the code, keep in mind that. So I just put the valid details. Okay, one second telling, I'm just put the validation, I have just pushed the validation to name and email. You need to work out on this. Okay, I say submit. I am in add row, means my code is working fine and it will add the row. Now the next task is I need to add the row in my table. So my table name is, here is my table, reg table details. Okay, okay, reg table details. So I'll simplify it as, I just rename it my table. I just say my table details. Okay, my tbl details. I rename it to, I just give the simple name, I just paste it here. Now the thing is that I don't know the what is the function which will add the table row. Okay, just go on Google, say here, just go on Google and say add table row using JavaScript. Okay, so I got one insert table row here. I got one function here. See, you can quickly understand that. Go and try it yourself. So see how the expert developer work. Okay, again I'm saying take the reference of a Google. Okay, because what happened while working in organization you have number of assignments with you, and you should not spend time to write the code from scratch and without exploring the Google. Okay, you need to take a reference of the Google and quickly complete your task, and then quickly you need to move towards then only you can show your performance in your organization. Okay, so again here I'll say try it adds the cells here. Okay, now I just go here and check the what functions written here. I just copy this, I just copy the content my function. Okay, I know that the here, and I'll explain how this work. Okay, I go here and paste it here. Okay, quickly you will get online. Okay, now document dot get element by id and my sorry my uh, table name is this. Okay, my table is my table tbl details. Okay, now I just search document, everyone know what is the document, get element by id and my table detail. I take that table in one variable, then I created another variable, a row, and I set it as insert row 0, and it sets cell. Okay, and say I just save this and check the output. Okay, I just save this and check the output. Here I enter the value details and I say submit. Okay, I am in add row, but still there is nothing is added in this table. There is nothing is added in this table. Again I go here, again I go here, check that what is the issue with my table. Okay, I save this. I think I have not saved that. Again I go here and put the value details. I'm in add row, you can see I'm in add row, but my header is below and it's adding it at above. Why this issue is here? Again I go back in my JavaScript, I check that row table insert row at a 0th position, insert row at a 0th position, but my expectation it should be added below the header. Okay, below the header tr. Okay, below the header tr. So consider this is your table. In this table, this is the header. This section is called header. We called it as a th. Okay, and or this is the first tr. Okay, tr is the first tier. It's having index position is a 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, like this. Okay, so what we have say here, what we are saying in this code, what we are saying, table insert row 0. Insert row means first row, but at here stage, at our first row is the header. Okay, our first row is the header and name is header with the name and email. You see, header, name and email. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'll just say one here and save this. Okay, and I'll go again here and put the valid details and say, and now it's working fine. It's added below this. Okay, now it's working perfect. Okay, now again I go back and see. Now up to this my requirement is fulfilled. It's just adding the content in my row. Okay, now I just refresh, again refresh. I would like to highlight one more thing here. Just go here, see email. uh, okay, this is my table. See here, you can see only one row is here. Once I click submit, add row, you can see new table row is added here. Means HTML dynamically it update the HTML. Again I click here, add row, again new tier. Keep check here what exactly added, the HTML is properly populated here or not. Okay, as you can see the HTML is properly populating here. Now go back and now our task, up to this task is completed, but I want what I want to do. I want this value needs to be go here, and this value needs to be go in this column. Okay, so this is my table. Okay, and in this column, that particular value needs to go in that uh, particular cell. This is one cell, this is another cell. We called it as a cell. Okay, these are the cells. Okay, now again go back, and I will show you again. Go back here. Uh, here you can see insert cell 0, insert cell 1 is here. Okay, cell 1, cell 2. Okay, it just insert the cell. It insert the cell means inserting the cell means it just add this. See what it do, it add this add tr tag. Okay, okay, this thing add the tr tag. This thing create the cell. Creating the cell means create a blank td here. Okay, okay, blank td here. Again same thing, blank td is creating here because we have two column are there, so it's creating the blank td. After that here it will add inner html. It means add value in td. Okay, in td. Okay, you're getting my point. So this is how it will work. This is how it will work. Inner HTML mean add value in TD. Now cell 1, cell 2, we are adding it in inner HTML, inner HTML. Okay. Now it's just adding, but I want the value which enter in my uh, field. Okay, in my this field name and email. Okay, so you know that how to extract those value. So what I'm doing here, I just remove this and say var name uh, name equal to. Okay, var name is equal to, then I just take reference here, just to copy it, put it here, and I just miss this dot uh, name. See, my name is there, my name dot value. Just to go here, our field name is my name. See here. Okay, this is the particular input field in our registration form. Now again I copy this where, see this name is a declare, but its value never read because this name is internally used, okay, by the compiler. So what I do, I use something different. Okay, my name, I make it as a my name. Oof. uh, See, I think it's a compiling. Stop it. uh, why this is value my declare, but its value is never read. Okay, okay, what it's saying, what it's saying, my name is declared but its value is not used. It compiler is asking you, you need to refer, you want to use this value. Yes, I want to use this value somewhere. So this is my name and this is my email. Okay, I will make it as my email. Okay, sorry, my email now. Okay, and I put here. Okay, now email, my email. Now I have two variables. Sorry, yeah, here. What is the document dot my form and email field name? Here email, e and em are capital. E and em are capital. Okay, now here email. Now like what I do, email, my name and email. Okay, now I use these variables here. Okay, now here my name, and here what is my email. Okay, now it's up to this. Now I save these, I'll go here. Now it needs to work out. Stop the debugging, I'll again run. See, our JavaScript is outside the HTML. Okay, it will display the output. Sorry, run here. I need to say. See some you if you run on JavaScript, it will not work out. Huh? Always keep in mind. HTML page and say run. Okay, now I just open it here. Okay, sorry. I just this needs to display something. Let's redirect in localhost. Run down to the main controller 5. Why it's going to localhost? Okay, uh, here. That is coming here. Don't know why it's going to localhost. Just let me check. Actually, I click run on custom.js. Might be the reason. Okay, no problem. So what I do, I will go directly in a folder. Okay, CSS. Okay, sorry, I need to open it from folder here. So CSS. Now my first CSS. My first website CSS. First JavaScript HTML. JavaScript. Okay. Here open with. Okay. Now it will display my output here. Okay. Here is the output. Okay. Now here we'll say something here. If you put the invalid, then it gives the error message. Nothing happen. If you put the valid email ID, then it will add. See here adding again. What? How many times you are adding? It will keep adding you. Okay. If check the output. Now here you can see the output. Okay, table, and all the TRs are. If I say submit, then new TR will get added here. You can see. So like this way, we are adding the TR here. Okay. We are adding the tr. Now the thing is that now the items are getting added here, but the thing is that now CSS is not looking good. So what I do, I will add the CSS for that. Okay, so to add the CSS on a table, I just go outside here and I'll say table. Let me, okay, I just put here table CSS. Sorry. Okay, HTML table styling. There are many CSS you will get. Advanced CSS, I like this CSS. Okay, I just go here, copy this CSS. There is a customer, there is something which having ID customer, is his table having ID customer, but our table is having ID, our table is having ID something different. So I just to copy it, and now for what I do, I skip the CSS here only. Okay, one thing we kept externally, and I keep the CSS on page. Okay, style. Okay, now I put here CSS. Now I check my table name, my TBL details. Now I just change the customers with. See guys, the way I am teaching, which is totally practically, if you think that key we need to go with step by step writing the to write this code and all, it and CSS we already discussed. Okay, and already explained. Now I'll go and save this and I refresh it. Okay, you can see here. Now I'll add some output inputs here. Ram at the rate gmail.com. Okay, okay, no problem. It will add the ram at the gmail.com. Okay, now again you want to enter something which was sham sham sing. See, sham, it's added here. So like this way we are adding the content in a table. Okay, so like this way we are adding the content in a table. Now you understand that how to add the content and how to apply the CSS, and we keep our JavaScript outside the page, and this is the code through which we just add the table row. So I would like to give you an assignment here. So what you are going to do, you just need to uh, what you need to do, you need to add here, see here one column, here one column, the column it said delete, delete, okay, delete, and here cross button is there. Okay, once I click on this cross, it will delete this row. Once I click on this cross, it will delete this row. So like this way you need to implement. Once I click on this cross means delete, it will delete this entire row from this table. Okay, this functionality you want to implement here. Okay, as of now you are going to adding, now you need to delete. After that, after deleting, uh, one more thing you need to do here. Now edit. Now this row is here. If I say edit, you take some pen icon here. Okay, there's a pen icon. I'm not able to draw the diagram here properly, but something like pen is here. And what you do, once you click on this pen icon, after clicking on that, the information will pop up here. Once you click here, then this will go here, this will go here, and this email ID will go here. Okay, okay, and what happens once you click edit and once you submit, after editing this I change the Samsung name with something different, and then I say submit. Okay, once I say submit, what happened, again it will update this particular row only, it will update this particular row only. Here Sham Singh, I can change it to the Ram Singh. Okay, and it will update the particular row, and edit is click, then it will pop up the details here. Once edit click, all the details are again pop up here, and I say submit. And okay, also you need to work out on these two tabs. Okay, zip code and all these things I have not explained. So there are three assignment. First is this one, delete button, edit button, and third one is distant. Okay, so we need to take care of this. The three assignment you need to implement. So we'll stop here and we'll discuss next thing in next session. Thank you.